first of all, just a kind of simple question: how would you guys describe your sound? I know I was struggling a little bit in the review to shoehorn you a little bit into various different things.
Yeah, it's a bit of a difficult thing to describe, to be honest. There's so many influences in there. I think that it's difficult to nail down one sound. I mean, like the second song on the album. Obviously I can't say the name, but yeah, I mean, like, the middle part of that song, when it comes out to the solo, is like it's something completely different to the rest of the song. So it's difficult to because I don't think we're just one genre of music.
We sort of drift between sort of everything to do with rock and sort of, I'm going to stop saying sort of, rock up to sort of, we've been told thrash. I wouldn't agree with that.
We've been told death metal before now.
No, there's just elements of different genres in there, and it is really difficult to pinpoint what we are really, I suppose, which is good.
Yeah,
we fit in every little genre, which is great.
Yeah, I suppose the main sort of the main way we sound is sort of Clutch, a heavier version of Clutch.
Yeah.
Mastodon and Black Snow Cherry, a bit of Pantera mixed in there. I think some parts, not massive parts, but yeah, it's a difficult thing to describe, to be honest with you. So I definitely did agree with him in the review.
Yeah, I kept for some reason my head kept going back to Raging Speedhorn as well when I was going through it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, there's a little bit.
I like that comparison, man.
That's a good comparison, actually.
Do you remember them in Hammerfest 2 years ago?
I remember. I broke my rib because you threw me over the barrier.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. Oh man, that was one of the drunkest I think I've ever been to that. Okay, man. Oh my god.
I was in so much pain the following day when we were on main stage. I couldn't even lift my I couldn't actually get my hand on the cab.
It was me and Pete in the pit for Speed On in Birmingham O2, man, and we were just ripping it, like. And then, like halfway through the set, Pete was like, "Throw me over the top! Throw me over the top!" I totally forgot about that, Pete.
Mental.
Oh, funny.
It would have been good if I hadn't landed on the barrier.
It's next Friday, the album, right?
Not next Friday, the Friday after.
Friday after. What was it like kind of writing and recording it? I imagine it was most of last year was spent doing it, was it?
Go on, Pete.
We came out of the dreaded sort of lockdowns, and we just said, right, we need to get back on it. Because we sort of lived so far apart from each other, we couldn't actually get together during lockdowns, and we had loads of different bits of music and songs that we'd written. We just tried to use those as starting or building blocks then really for the rest of the album, which it just flowed then. We're really picky writers, and we just tear everything apart. And there's quite a long sort of writing process with a lot of the songs, because we're so picky and we just want it to be perfect, and it always works out for the best. But yeah, it was really enjoyable, an enjoyable process, and when we had the vision of just getting it done, we had a date that we needed to sort of complete it by, and we did it, and it just flowed, to be honest.
Yeah.
I can't imagine there's a certain kind of story behind the album, because it looked like had you written a few songs a bit further back, or?
Yeah, I mean, the last two tracks on the album are off an EP that was actually recorded basically just before COVID became a thing. And then there is one other track on there that we basically finished before lockdown, and then the rest were after the long gap then, really. So think one of them basically got finished about a week before we went into the studio. So
that was Green Terror. That was.
Fresh, yeah.
Yeah, it was Green Terror. But I mean, like, you know, that's the. Do you know the the middle part of Green Terror? That's probably been in about 5 or 6 other songs.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, oh, it doesn't sound good in this song. It doesn't sound good in this song. It doesn't sound good in this song. And then we're like, oh, right, we've actually found where it needs to be, like, you know. But yeah, like that was the last song that we actually wrote for the album was Green Terror, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, mad, crazy.
That is great. Have you guys got? I imagine you've got a bit more of a kind of all booked off the back of the album. Then, is there any dates? I know you can't obviously tell me the dates that are unannounced, but you got some more kind of stuff for the end of the year, or?
Go on, Rich.
Who's going? Yeah, there's lots of stuff that we can't actually talk about at the moment. But yeah, I think we got Call of the Wild, Wildfire Fest in Scotland. I really want to go to Europe this year. I really hope we can pull something off there. That'd be immense. We did Ibiza last year, and that was awesome. That was a wicked experience. That was. Even though it was a bit of a nightmare getting out there, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, there's lots and lots of stuff going on in the background. The beginning of January the beginning of 23 has just been mental. Literally, we had to sit, a few hours of every day and do something, that's band related, and it's like, Jesus Christ, I'm not used to this.
The amount of interviews we've had. The amount of interviews we've had to do, and it's just been mad, isn't it? It's all we're doing is Zoom calls and
I can imagine.
It's brilliant. Really loving it.
Photoshops here, Photoshops there, bloody coordinating stuff left, right, and centre. Yeah, it's all good though. It's wouldn't have any other way really. It's been amazing. It's been a hell of a ride. Especially since we announced the album coming back in like October, it's been really cool. Like the stuff that's happened, Kerrang, Planet Rock on Monday now and things like that, and our album launch gig is basically sold out. There's 2 tickets left. But so not something we expected. Like we're probably talking like when but before we recorded the album, I don't think any of us would have expected to be where we are now with it, I suppose.
No, it has been a ride.
Yeah, fair play.
I imagine you're kind of looking forward to it just being out there now, right? So you can just play it as opposed to
definitely, man. Definitely, but yeah, I just can't wait for people to actually hear it, because I mean, like, it was recorded last April.
Oh wow! Okay.
So yeah, it was a while ago, man. And we basically like waited so long so we'd have like the right amount of people working for us in the right places and all the rest of it, and then we're like, right, now we're ready to go. Let's bang it out there. And then and yeah, like when we were talking about when should we release it last year and things like that, and October was thrown about and things like that. We were like, nah, man, that's way too late. That is like October is crazy, like and then all of a sudden, and we were like, oh my god, we're gonna release it in January, like that's crazy. Like it's taken 9 months basically from recording to get everything in place and everything to get us to where we are right now. Like, so it'll be nice to hear other people's opinions. And it's definitely been nice reading the reviews and all the rest of it, especially your review, Joe. As a wicked review. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's been a wild ride. Like in some ways I can't wait for it to stop, but in other ways I never want it to stop as well.
Exactly. Yeah. And also you guys have done kind of a few shows now since all the lockdown and all that kind of thing. What would you say the kind of music scene's like at the minute? Would you say it's slowly getting back to normal, or? The
Welsh music scene is absolutely kicking off at the moment. The Welsh bands are sort of just taking off, it seems, and it's amazing just watching. You know, the bands that were sort of the next step up actually just jumping up another stage. You know, West Ham Crows, for example. You know, they're doing amazing movement, and yeah, it's just really nice to see. You know, local boys. You know, we see them all the time. You know, in sort of rehearsals and things. Just past them and stuff, and they're just local boys. You know, but they're sort of selling out all over the sort of UK, and it's amazing to see. We love it.
Yeah.
Really proud of them.
I don't think the scene like as a whole has recovered. I think there's still a lot of venues that are gone under and things like that, and there's definitely not as many places to play now as what it was. But I mean, it's definitely getting better, and especially here in Wales. I think like COVID seems to have done Wales an enormous amount of good, to be honest. There's so many bands coming out of Wales at the moment. It's mad, like, but and we've got some good promoters down here as well, luckily. But the weird thing is like we have a better following in England than what we do Wales, though.
Oh, really?
It's really strange. It might be because we played like our biggest gigs, like we played Hammerfest last year, main stage. And more, to be honest, most of gigs are in England now, aren't they? Really. But yeah, I mean, it's getting there slowly, isn't it? It's definitely not recovered 100%, I would say. And if any of the boys want to add to that or anything.
No, I think you said it all, to be honest.
I think like less places to play is a good thing, isn't it? Because like when you go, if there's a load of little venues, it just means that you end up playing more gigs and less people are at the gigs. So in some ways, having less choice of play and less choice of places for people to go to, I think it is actually beneficial. Really, obviously not for the people that own those businesses, but I mean, as a sort of thing for the scene, because one place being full is better than 5 places being empty.
Definitely, yeah.
Especially when you play into them, yes.
Yeah, no, but really, I mean, everybody's going to think that's a better gig, isn't they? So the venue, the people in the crowd, like.
Yeah, it definitely looks better on you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I have kind of noticed you guys are being slowly adopted into the whole new wave of classic rock scene as well. How's that kind of been? Because I know a lot of
none of us actually like that genre, which is funny, really. It's kind of I don't create term really, and the bands that are in it are very. I mean, actually, I think I probably speak for all of us when we think it's sort of just like it's not even classic rock; it's like classic rock fight as sort of for the 2020s, isn't it? But being indoctrinated into a scene is cool because it means you get gigs in that scene as well. And I don't think we're any more out of place in that than we were in the sort of metal thing either, really. So I'm saying particularly a metal head at all, so it suits me. But yeah,
I think that as I said earlier, because we have the ability to cross genres, because we are sort of everything from rock up to sort of metal and in some respects heavier. I think we just have that ability to be on different bills with all sort of genres, which is great to us. We love that.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then I know obviously you're on the cusp of putting out the album, but have you got a kind of plan for the next few years? Any goals you want to try and hit?
There's definitely play Download, play Bloodstock, play all the big festivals. I think like we get in better slots and all the rest, and better festivals and things. And it's just about like just working your way up through the levels, like I guess like this album, I think to this point has definitely got us off of the toilet circuit, so to speak. Like, you know, and we can say now we've got a sold out gig under our belts and this, that, and the other, and it all looks good. Like, we've done some really good things with the album, and we've been played on like lots of like high end radio stations and all the rest of it. Spotify is like wild at the moment, with like 7,500 people listening to us and all that, and it's like, whoa, like something weird going on, yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's just about progression for us. I mean, we'll work our way from the bottom, like we have, you know what I mean, like, and hopefully go all the way to the top. But I think as for album 2, we've definitely talked about it. You know what I mean, like. We haven't actually got any songs written for it yet, because we really want to focus on this album, really. Yeah. And I think we've put a lot into this album, and I think probably for the next year it'll probably be a split between touring this album and writing for the next, which will maybe not next year, maybe the year after. We'll see what happens. See how it goes. See what our cash flow is like. See what comes along.
We'll definitely get something out next year.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Definitely. It would definitely be nice to capitalize on everything that's happened with this album, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It would, yeah. But there's no like current plan. Like, it's just working our way through the levels, really.
Yeah, sounds good.
Which is cool. Yeah.
And then just to kind of leave you on a slightly more light-hearted one, have you got a dream tour lineup you'd want to be a part of? Anyone you'd want to support or have support you or whatever?
That should be a mad one, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah, man. That would be good. Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
I think they sort of they're touring at the moment, aren't they? So it's it'd be awesome to get on a couple of those dates.
I think Mastodon would probably be the one for me, because I think we're quite well suited to them. With our riffs and our heavier sort of style. So yeah, if they came about, then we could tour. If that came off, oh my god, that'd be immense. Anybody for you boys?
No, just the same. I guess any band of that kind of genre, of that kind of level, would be awesome for us to get on the slot with.
Yeah.
That would be our next progression, I suppose, to get something like that and actually get a tour with another band of that sort of ilk.
Yeah.
We recently played with Monster Truck, and that was amazing. It was just a bit of a dream come true, actually, that, and it came out in the blue,
Yeah, it was a bit royal, wasn't it? Yeah. It was like I said, we're from South Wales, obviously, and we got offered the main support slot in Bradford, which is like wild, like the Night Train venue. And if you've ever been up there, it's a wicked venue.
Yes, that's good.
I love that place, honest to God, like I love it. And we're back up there again in April now, April 29th, for the Bradstock like weekend, that sort of thing. Like, so yeah, Phil Campbell, Bastard Sons, and all the rest of it up there. Like, so that's gonna be great. But yeah, they just offered it to us, like WhatsApp me.
Oh, really?
I was on my way to practice. Like, they were like, "Oh, do you want to play on with thing on next Saturday?" I was like, "Yeah." So yeah, that was super cool. Like, and the singer wore our t-shirt on stage and all the rest of it, and we met them afterwards. Well, before and afterwards, sort of thing, and they were all like super cool people and all the rest of it. And yeah, just like that was cool.
Yeah,
it was cool. To be honest.
That was good.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes. Well, that's all I've got anyway. So,
thank you very much.
Thank you for sitting down and chatting.
Thank you.
No problem at all.